So look at this leaf. It's black.
Good morning, it's Thursday morning. We are ready to go out for a walk. We're just going to go for a quick early morning walk. Well, it's not early morning at all. It's actually 5 to 10. We've been a bit behind this morning. I've still got wet hair, but I think it's going to rain. So, hello, you said hello. Oh, you're hiding. So I think it's going to rain, so we're going to go out for a quick walk now while it's good. So I'm not going to dry my hair, it's just going to have to be left. And then we've got some work to do when we get back. But we've had a good week so far. Stan has made this history of the telephone display. We've done it together, haven't we? And you made a really cool phone box, didn't you, from Lego? And a telephone switchboard and a couple of cereal boxes. I'll pop the link below. It's actually from the 100 History Lessons book. Yeah, Ronnie's taking his cars for a walk in the buggy, aren't you? Yeah. So yeah, he made this great poster about the KX100 telephone, which he worked really hard on, didn't you, Stan? He did a little bit of writing about Alexander Graham Bell.
Tuesday.
And a little
what
timeline.
Is it? Monday?
Tuesday, what date is it today? 28th, I think.
Well, Tuesday.
20. No, it's not Tuesday, so it's Thursday. Thursday the 28th, isn't it? So we didn't do the date, did we? So yeah, we've had a good week. We've had quite a busy week. We had a swimming lesson yesterday, woodcraft folk the evening before, so that was kind of a late night. We've been doing our telephone box display. We've done a bit of maths this week. We've seen a lot of friends, which has been really nice. Actually, I was going to quickly show you. I say we're going to go for a walk before it rains, and then I start waffling on. I put on my Instagram yesterday about our other planning page. So my planning page is here, my main planning page, where I plan for the week. But then I added this year the other amazing things that we've done this week. And I'm just amazed by how much we actually do that's not planned. So we had some play dates with friends, bike ride with Grandad, building using Connects because we bought some from the charity shop. Stan did something on his spelling app. We watched a body programme on BBC iPlayer, which was the human body, which was really good. I definitely recommend that, especially if you've got slightly older children. Stan made a ferry using Lego, and then here's all the extra books that we've read this week as well. I just think it's really good to have that sort of like unschooling record, really, and things that you do as well as the stuff you planned for. It just makes a nice record, and yeah, it's actually quite amazing how many things we do. So we are now going to go for our walk. Nice other leaf for our leaf preservation. We're going to be doing that at some point. We're going to try and preserve some leaves using glycerin, which I think we're going to do later on because we haven't really had time so far this week, so I think that would be quite fun. We've actually been jiggling around the Exploring Nature with Children curriculum as well, because I'm finding it's quite full on, which is a really good thing. It's amazing. But I'm finding there wasn't really a lot of time for anything else, and this week I really wanted to do, and last week, the history of the telephone. So to try and fit everything in, I decided to sort of have a break from it, and the harvest moon's sort of at a different time this year as well, so it's hard to kind of tell which one. I'm not even sure if we're going to do much on the harvest moon because we did cover a lot about the moon and its different phases quite recently. So I'm going to see how we feel, but the preserving leaves with glycerin is actually part of that curriculum for the Autumn Leaves Week. So we've kind of touched on it and had a little discussion about why leaves are the colours they are at this time of year and things like that, really. we've just got back and we found this book that we had, which is Why Leaves Change Colour. We found a nice little bit. It's not too complicated in here, so we've just read that. We're going to have a little go at preserving our leaves that we collected the other day. We collected that one there, didn't we? That's a nice one, isn't it? There's some interesting colours there.
This one, because this one looks even nicer.
I think that's a bit scrunched up actually, because we need to have them really flat, it says, and perfect. This looks pretty perfect. It says we've got 1 part glycerine, so we've got 1 bottle of glycerine, yeah? And I'm going to do 2 bottles of water. So hammer down this to make it easier really for it. It's supposed to be. So I found the 4 Seasons by Vivaldi on YouTube, and we are going to have a listen and think about this piece of music. Stan, what do you think it's about if the title's The 4 Seasons? Think it might be about the 4 seasons?
Yeah.
What are the 4 seasons? Do you remember?
No.
Spring, summer, autumn we're in now, and winter. So we're going to have a listen to this music and see how it makes us think of those seasons in the 4 different parts of this song, okay? We're going to do some painting, and we've been looking at the piece which is The Autumn Foliage by Tom Thompson. Hasn't come out very well, that picture, has it, Stan? So we've got one on my phone as well, because there is some, there is some green in it and stuff as well, isn't there, Stan? And some yellow, so we're going to use some mixed media and try and kind of do that, aren't we? So it's now 3 o'clock and we have had a little bit of rest time, and Ronnie actually had a nap. He was really grumpy, and we're in today, so I thought, do you know what, let's see if he'll have a nap. And he did, he slept for a couple of hours, which probably means he'll be up a bit later tonight, but never mind. Whatever suits, isn't it, sometimes. And the boys have been playing with their dolls and a bit of guitar, a few cars, pack the baby bag, because Dan likes to do that. And now they're in here reading.
Likes to keep in shape all of the time. But his favourite exercise is lifting remote control.
Is that funny? Daddy Pig's favourite exercise is lifting the remote control. I plan to do a little bit of maths in a bit, but the boys are happy at the moment, so I'm going to let them do that. And I think I'm going to make myself a nice cup of tea and tidy up a little bit. Dan and I are going to do a bit more of his Maths No Problem workbook. And you're enjoying the addition with the remaining, aren't you, Stan? Because you actually got that really quickly. So when we carry one, yeah, you've been really enjoying that, haven't you?
Easy peasy,
Easy peasy. Yeah, we just have to do checking our work and making sure we've added the 1 on, don't we? Because sometimes it's hard to remember.
Yeah, because, look, I've forgotten this one and this one.
Yeah, never mind, that's okay, but we just need to remember. That's why it's important with maths to check your work after you've done your answer, isn't it? Check it over to make sure you've got it right. So our next page, let's take this thing out. We've got one of these matching ones. You like this, don't you? So should we match this up? So for dinner we have got a just a basic pasta bake with some butter beans, spinach, a little bit of broccoli in there, some hot dogs. Nothing particularly wonderful, just a really quick meal tonight. And the boys have got theirs, and Steve's is in the oven. I know some of you probably wonder why we don't eat together, but the trouble is Steve's supposed to be home at 6 every evening, but mostly just through, you know, extra things at work and his lift home, he actually doesn't get home till about 7, which is far too late for the children, far too late for Ronnie. So it's one of those things in the week, it can't really be helped. It's just, one of those things that we just have to deal with. And the best way to do it is just us eat, unfortunately, and then Steve eats later. But normally Stan will sit at the table with him and chat and stuff when he does get home, because they're normally bathed and ready for bed by then. And the good thing as well is I managed to make 2 extra small ones just to go in the freezer, which we'll either do as something to go with something, or probably I'll do it for a lunch or something one day. Just kind of nice to sometimes do things in bulk if you're making something and I've made too much. But anyway, I'm going to eat my dinner before it gets cold, I think. I sit with these boys. Look how cute Ronnie looks with his science goggles. Are you wearing your glasses? We've eaten dinner, I've cleared up, and now the boys are about to have a bath. Hopefully Steve will be home soon. Once they've had the bath, we found this really good book from the library that I wanted to show you called Stuff You Should Know. So we've got a little way through it. But yeah, it's really good. It's like in, you can see in things basically, like electricity, but then look, you've got like inside the refrigerator, and it explains how it all works basically. So I really like that actually. So it's Stuff You Should Know, John Farndon, Rob Beatty. Bye bye, Rennie.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. We will see you for our next video. Bye.
See us for our next video. Bye.